is Ginger.
Okay then.
Nice.
Can we not insult the host every week?
I mean,
It's a no. But yes.
Listen,
It's a
Yeah, it's a
tradition.
tradition, man. We
I
love
don't
you.
like this tradition. Um, I'm gonna replace y'all with 3 other people who don't make fun of me. All right, so we got a lot to cover this week. It's been a busy week, and so we're gonna get right into it. So what's everybody been playing this past 2 weeks, I guess?
You know what? Let's start. John, you started off. What have you been playing the past
Destiny.
2 weeks? Destiny.
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 Lost of Destiny.
Destiny.
That makes a lot of sense. It's John.
Faction Rally was up, right?
yes.
Yes.
Good. Um,
Was it a lot of changes to Faction Rally? Were
Good, some less.
yeah, some good, some less. The fact that they changed the that you can't rep like more than one faction during faction week, which is kind of weird, and I can understand why people don't like it, but I mean, it works. It works for me, not so much for John.
Improving on it.
Yeah, they're working on it. They're fixing it.
Yeah.
Chaos, what have you been playing, buddy?
uh, Destiny. I've gotten back into doing Skyrim again. About the same old, same old.
That's good. I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I haven't played WoW in a while, but going back on Siege, they just launched their new DLC. It wasn't DLC; it was more like a new season. It was Operation Portobello Mushroom, where you play as Italian operators or as
The
Operation Parabellum. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've seen the 2 operators, like how they work and stuff, and they seem they seem like Alibi seems ridiculous for multiplayer.
Yeah, Alibi. So they're both defenders, and if you guys don't know the exact mechanics of Siege, I'll just go through it real quick. One team is defending this house. You either have to defend a hostage or a bomb, depending on the gameplay. The other team is breaching and clearing, and it's super quick. Kill times. You got to be very precise on how you clear a room or where you think attackers are going to come from. The new defenders, they added 2 new defenders to the defending side, Alibi and Maestro. Alibi has the ability to throw down literal fucking holograms of herself. That if you shoot at them or move through her holograms, which look really realistic, everybody on the defending team can see your position for like about 3 or 4 seconds. And so like if you peek and you think you see an Alibi and you shoot it, but it's actually just her hologram, you get tracked, and they know your position because you fell for her trap.
And also, the only way to destroy them is to either like EMP them, or you have to shoot the base of them,
Yeah, the
which
little
can
emitter
be
at the bottom.
very difficult, especially if you drop you can drop like barricades in front of them and set them up, and it's like ridiculously hard to kill them.
Yeah, so you gotta it's really important that you let your team know before going in, like, hey, there's an Alibi mimic here, or there's like an Alibi hologram here to the right. Don't shoot it, or else you'll get tracked. The second defender is Maestro, which he comes with a freaking camera with a freaking laser attached to its freaking lens.
Yeah.
And it's called the Evil Eye. And basically, Alibi, he can place this Evil Eye anywhere on the well, not anywhere, but like anywhere on the wall. And it's basically like a portable camera that you can place on a wall, and you can like kind of switch to your camera mode and look at anybody who comes in that area. But the cool thing about it is, like I said, it has a freaking laser on its freaking lens. Whenever he can open up the lens and shoot a fucking laser at people that does 5 damage each laser, and it goes dot 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 dot. Like that's the fire rate of the laser, and each operator has like 100 health. The camera is completely bulletproof. You can't shoot it. You can't. I don't think you can melee it. You can't melee it. The only way to get rid of it is to blow it up with an explosive, If you EMP it, it only gets EMP'd for a few seconds. Nice. Uh, God, it's so beautiful. He's such a little beautiful boy.
I know, right?
The only way is to blow it up or EMP it for a few seconds. But or when the lens is open when he's shooting you, that's when you can destroy it.
Yeah.
And it's two really cool operators. I'm really loving it. And they added the new Italian map, which I can't remember the name is. It's one of the things with Rainbow Six Siege is whenever a new map comes out, it's like 3 weeks of learning that new map, and then the fourth week is, I think I understand this map.
Yeah, and the new map is actually based on an Assassin's Creed map, like in one of the mansions from Assassin's Creed. Because
you'll
Ubisoft.
You'll find a lot of like hidden like Easter eggs. Like there's a water fountain with the assassin's symbol in the middle of the water fountain. I know there's like a book like Voltaire or some shit like that. It says that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, super really cool update. They changed a lot of stuff. The quality of life things, including like updating the some of the maps to be more fair. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. Rainbow Six Siege has been really fun, and Destiny. Yeah. Faction rallies. I didn't get to play a lot of it. It was really busy this week. Plus, I didn't really like. I liked the fact that like they've got incentives, but like oh boy howdy, it's a grind. It is a goddamn grind, and it's a time
Just
sink.
a slight grind.
It is a
But
fucking
one
time sink. Yeah, and like I understand most people are gonna try and get all the catalysts, but for me, I will always just be like I know it's like go for the catalysts, but I don't like repping the other factions. It's just not my way of playing the game. Unfortunately, I guess I'm not gonna get those catalysts.
Yeah. So I have
The
actually
way I
been.
see it, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, but you can't. I can't force you.
Yeah,
I've been playing a lot of Smite and GTA, pretty much.
that's good.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like achievement hunter videos, skipping down a little ways, but
Jeez.
so I've been watching a lot of like cunning stunts videos since I've been getting back into like running the races on it. I still want to do a full like stream let's play with a bunch of people, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Anyways, we're gonna moving past that because we have a lot to cover this week because it was E3 this week, and holy shit,
Jesus Christ.
easy. This is, to my knowledge, this is one of the best E3s I've seen in a long time. Like, I remember last year we were kind of like, I don't really care about that much from E3. Like, this particular E3 has been really, really good. There's been a lot of stuff that I've been really interested in.
So, like, do you want to go in order of like the press conference, or do you just want to touch on a few things?
I'm just gonna
There's a
go.
lot.
Okay, so our list right now is in alphabetical order, so we're just gonna go through the list.
That's the best way I could find it.
Yeah, we're gonna go through the list. We're gonna talk about like, we're just gonna quick fire off like a bunch of stuff that was announced, and then we'll come back to some of the stuff that we're really, really into, really, really interested in. So starting off, this is a lot of stuff that we're just interested in general, or like big stuff that kind of was announced. Anthem, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Call of Cthulhu, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, they showed some stuff on it, Crackdown 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5,
Of course.
The Division 2, Doom Eternal, Elder Scroll 6, The Elder Scroll Blades, The Elder Scrolls Online, like new stuff for it, Fallout 76,
Yeah.
Gears of War 5, Ghost of Tsushima,
Tsushima.
I'm not good with Japanese, Halo Infinite, Just Cause 4, Jump Force, The Last of Us Part 2, Mega Man 11, Metro Exodus, My Friend Pedro, I don't know what the fuck that is,
That
You
one
need to look it
looks
up.
cool.
Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Strikers, Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. I'm actually really excited for that. Starfield. What?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, that's the new From Software game, which I'm really
It
excited
looks
for.
cool.
Destiny 2, the Forsaken,
Forsaken.
and Nier Automata is coming to multi-platform, which is, well, some other platforms, which is going to be nice.
Yeah, I finally be able to play Nier Automata.
To play near.
I'm going to buy it again just to get achievements in it.
I will buy it for the first time so I can finally play on my Xbox.
But there's also some other stuff that we left out. Obviously, like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
What's that part on the list?
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
There was another one that I saw that was really.
I think there's one or two more that are kind of.
Justin Roiland's releasing his new game was something like I don't know, something dumb like Leroy Saves the World Universe or some shit like that.
Soul Calibur
Trover.
6, they finally announced a release date for it, which I'm super excited for. Spyro Reignited, we already knew the release date for, but they showed it off and actually had some like gameplay.
Had a demo.
Yeah, they
They had a demo to play at E3.
and
Some people who got to play. Jeremy got to play.
Yeah. One that I'm really excited for, but nobody else is going to care about. Trials Rising.
Nope.
Like that one dude who just like slammed through the oh god, just fucking Trials.
Dude,
No, there's-
I'm so excited for Trials Rising because the last one to come out was Trials of the Blood Dragon, which was fucking terrible.
There was also the Sea of Thieves add-ons going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Balance and stuff for
Oh, yeah,
Sea of Thieves.
Chris Sales and the Forsaken Shores. That's
She a boy.
Anyway,
That's another pirate game. Did we like Skull and
Skull-
Bones?
yeah,
or
Skull
something?
and
yeah.
Yeah,
did
I don't know if we
that
mentioned
one
that.
off. That was another one that was announced last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Oh,
yeah.
but I think they showed off more of it, or like they
Yeah.
were talking about it or something. I don't know. I didn't really follow it that much.
It's essentially Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but only on boats.
Yeah, it's just the boats.
Yeah.
It's like people were like that combat was fun, and so they're like, all right, well let's just make a game about it.
About
And
it,
so they
yeah.
did.
Because
Look-
it is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So,
but-
Ubisoft didn't do bad this year.
But we're
Yeah,
gonna.
pretty good.
So now we'll take a step back and actually talk about some of this in detail. Some of the things that we're
So what do we want to start
most
with?
excited for.
I have a few things I want to talk about.
John, if you would like to start, you can.
Okay, I guess we can start with
Yeah.
Anthem. Looks interesting. I wish we saw more gameplay, but a lot of the people that said it was really cool and really different. Like one of the guys that works on the game, he talked about it on Twitter. PG, like you get this suit called the Javelin, which you can like fly around in and stuff. Which the Javelin's customizable, and you can get different suits. And there's gonna be like ups, and there's a crafting system apparently. There's character progression.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds promising. I'd love to see like more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Something I could get into if it's good.
Uh-huh.
Sounds very interesting.
I saw something
But-
on
At
YouTube.
first. I hope they have a beta or something. 'cause
I
that
saw
would be
something on
cool.
YouTube where somebody had like some gameplay stuff for it and
Um,
stuff.
what is it,
I want to see what they do with it. I'll keep my eye on it, but
Mhm. It looks like
for
it
now,
could be
I'm
interesting.
just curious.
I feel like it has potential, but we need to see more about it.
Yeah.
Beta or something. That would definitely.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's all I have to say on Anthem. Really, I just wanted to touch
Yeah,
on
you just
that.
wanted
real
more?
quick.
You just
It
wanted to
is-
see more.
Mhm.
It has been announced
Or,
that it is
it sounds
coming out February 22nd.
Next year?
Next year.
A lot of games are coming out February 22nd.
Alright.
What else is coming out February 22nd?
I know the new Spider
Good games. Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Oh wow.
is coming out in January of next year, I think.
I thought
Right.
I thought it was coming out sooner than that.
Really? Oh, no, I'm probably thinking about like a bunch of other PS4 games.
I mean, I could be wrong.
January, February is supposed to be like really big.
Yeah, next year we're just not gonna have a life.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I'm not gonna be able to play a lot of those games next year.
But
What else?
Chaos, how much do you know? Like, how have you looked into Death Stranding anymore? Because I know you were excited for it.
I have seen the recent trailer, and that's about as much else as I know.
Mhm.
And oh my god, it's interesting.
it's a- I don't know.
From what I've picked up from the trailers, you apparently play one of two people because it shows two different people the person's controlling.
Well, no, because
Uh,
like
One's Norman Reedus, who has the medium, has short hair.
no, because like he had a ponytail. He put his hair up into a ponytail.
Oh,
Okay, well maybe I saw wrong then. But
Could be.
Yeah, no.
you are making deliveries.
You're a UPS guy.
Basically, yeah, in a weird, I wouldn't say apocalyptic. I don't know exactly what type of world that is.
In a world where there are no cars.
No cars. In one of the scenes, he's carrying a body in a bag, kind of just sitting on his back.
It could be just a really skinny chair. You don't know that. Do not know.
That's an odd-shaped chair.
Hey, it's the future. It's a Kojima game. It could be a really, really, really awesome looking chair.
It is a Kojima game. We have no idea
Your
what's going on.
character does not carry everything himself. There was this part where he had 1 to 2 robots following him.
Hey, little robot buddies.
You take them everywhere. I don't know anything besides that. There are invisible creatures that walk on their hands, apparently.
That's weird.
And every time they step down, you can see the handprint, and puddles of oil appear. That's
Yeah,
not the weirdest part.
And yeah, stuff grows around that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff
You'll see,
grows
like-
whenever they step.
like
But that's not the
flowers
weirdest
and-
part. The weirdest part is like close to the end. He's in a building. It's raining. Talking to someone, saying that they've got me surrounded, and like, can you make it out? I've got a plan. Pulls out a canister, straps it to his front,
It's a baby.
hooks something up, taps it. It like opens up or glows. I don't know. And there's a baby inside of it.
He's
Fucking
baby, check
figures.
this shit out. You seeing this baby?
Okay. The baby apparently, from just what I'm gathering, is what's powering the machine that like is on his shoulder after he straps this up to him, that can allow him to see the oil ghost people that have umbilical cords connected to them to space
Yeah.
or something.
That's a Kojima game already.
And
It's very strange.
It ends, like that part ends with him basically being captured by the oil things, being pulled down into the oil.
Interesting.
Well, okay.
I don't know anything, but I am very hyped for it.
Yeah.
Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Yes, Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
And the funky fetus.
My favorite picture is always going to be Norman Reedus holding that PlayStation 4.
What's next?
Uh,
Division 2, I guess.
Yeah.
It's open. You just go and sign up. You don't have to pre-order anything. Like, they have a website for it.
Oh, I actually should probably do that.
I need to sign up for that. Like most of the
Free. I don't even have to
games,
pre-order the game. I want to
most
check it out.
most of the games that I see on the list that I'm really excited for are like I
They're
know.
not even, they don't have a date. They're just.
I'm the only person that's really like excited for them. I think in
I'm
our
excited for the
4
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu. I gotta look into it because
Are they
like
There's a trailer in the link, Garth.
Are they remaking
Yeah.
that game?
Apparently it's a new one.
Because I know they had one, but like I heard it was like
Yes.
super buggy. It was like a really good game, but like it would crash like all the time.
Yes, it was
It
a
was
very
so
good
cool.
game. But
Yeah.
this one, it's a completely different story than
Okay.
the first game.
Alright, yeah, because I remember there was an older Call of Cthulhu game, and I heard it was really good and very atmospheric. It was like a long time ago, and like anytime anybody tries to play on the game, it's like really buggy, crashes a lot.
Um,
Um,
but personally,
like,
I'm
out of all
really,
these games,
but
there's only like a handful of games.
personally, I'm really excited for Devil May Cry 5 because they're bringing back like,
Excited for Devil May Cry.
yeah,
Ooh.
the only
So,
I've beaten every Devil May Cry game like twice. I love that series, and I'm really excited for what they're going to do with it because it seems to be going back to the old series, but they're also bringing in like they're bringing in Nero and a bunch of other stuff. And Johnny Young Bosch has already said that he has already said like as soon as they tweeted about the trailer for it, he said he was coming back. So that's awesome because it's the original voice actor, and he also did the mocap for it. So,
so
like,
they're bringing Dante back, like the OG
featuring Dante from the Devil May
Devil
Cry
May Cry
series.
series.
well, no, because like he was the voice and mocap for Nero.
Oh, Nero.
Yeah,
Game.
Nero's a character
Nero,
who
they used to-
literally
I heard you say they were
just
bringing back
only
the
appears
Dante,
in
the voice actor.
that in that game.
Wasn't it with Nero?
Like cutting out like really bad.
Am I cutting out? Hello?
Yeah, one of the
Oh.
games.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of the games that I'm looking forward to. Quite literally, it stole the show for me. Well, no, it didn't steal the show for me, but like it took up a big it was Halo Infinite. That one, I was not expecting that to be like center stage.
I didn't get to see anything on that.
I have a theory, and hear me out on this. I don't think that Halo Infinite will be available for Xbox One. I mean, like this current generation that we have. I think it'll be
Like that next gen thing.
it'll be a next game because of how.
I mean, but they have to. I don't know. Like they just did the Xbox One X.
They're gonna
Like,
want to sell those Xbox One X's.
You're gonna need an Xbox One X to play it.
maybe, and because
That'd be
like.
bullshit.
Yeah, I don't
I
think.
know.
I don't
Because,
know.
Like, hear me out. Here's my theory about it. Because like, tagline, Halo Infinite. So like, people have been bringing up like that this next game could be taking place on the Halo ring that was teased in the legendary ending of 5.
Mm.
And my theory is that this is going to be the first Halo game that you're able to go around the whole ring. Like that's just like a big out there theory. That
A
I
lot
have.
of. I think didn't they say it was open world or like,
So like.
that'll be interesting. I don't know. I don't think
I
Halo
wanna
Infinite is
say-
Halo 6 though. I feel like they would have just called it like Halo 6 Infinite or whatever.
You think it's going to be a completely different game?
Well, I mean.
Like not a numbered game.
Mm.
Though it does have Master
Then
Chief
again-
in it.
So it's gonna be more
So-
like, well, I was gonna say more like a Reach, or like an ODST, but like,
No, they said this is going to be Master Chief's next adventure. Like this is going to be after 5. Like this, like so. I
Oh.
feel like this is.
Is it 6?
It is. Yeah, people they're saying it because this is going to be his next. Like it's not replacing. It's not somewhere in between or before 6 or after 6. This is like taking place after 5.
huh?
So this is going to be his next like big galaxy hopping adventure.
This is the last one
Probably.
because it was supposed to. Okay.
Well,
I don't know how to feel about that.
yeah.
Well, hopefully it's good.
Yeah, because like the theory is like I feel like they called it Infinite because they wanted to make us be able to play on the whole Halo. Like that's just my big fanboy theory of like what I always wanted from a Halo game. And it's like because like in every Halo game you get Halo 1 and you dropped off on the little mountaintop range like grassy area, and then you go to the canyons in the night during Truth and Reconciliation, and then in Assault on the Control Room it's very snowy and mountainous. and then in the swampy areas of 343 Guilty Spark, like they're separate levels. But I want to say that they're gonna try and like the trailer they showed was like they're showing all this grassland and swampy area and dusty like desert, and there's water and ocean and beaches, kind of like Silent Cartographer, and I want to feel like they're like this is a whole Halo ring you can just go around, and it's infinite. It's like it goes over and around and around and around and around and around and around, and like that's kind of like Halo Infinite.
Mhm.
It's on a Halo ring you can just explore. And if they do that, that would be the coolest fucking game ever. But of course, it's way out there, and it's just.
I don't know if it's supposed to, but then like you have it open world, but then it's supposed to be Halo 6. Like, how do you tie it into the overarching story? And I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. They can go any way with it. Another game that finally showed up, and I'm mad about it because I heard that people got a behind the closed doors like 45-minute demo of it or an hour demo of it, was Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
That one I've been waiting for so long, honest to God. Huge. I'm a huge fan of the Cyberpunk setting. I saw the trailer like what was it 2-3 years ago, and
Oh yeah. Is that the one that's coming
Like,
from
but then
CD
they
CD
finally showed a lot
Projekt
of
Red?
stuff on- Yeah. Say again?
Is that coming from CD Projekt Red?
It's coming from CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
You're cutting out, so it sounds like you're saying, is it coming from Fred?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
Right.
with my mic.
Pretty good that time. So I don't know. I
Nah,
think it's just an on-off.
I don't know.
But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 sounds, from the little trailer that I've seen, it looks interesting. Looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently you're supposed to have like street cred and everything like that. You get a cool meter, not a cool meter, but like you get like because like the way they explained it was like it's not just about like how like going from as you progress through the game, like you unlock new areas of the city. It's not about how strong am I. It's also about how cool am I? Do I have like am I cool enough to go to these areas?
what,
Do I
you
have
can
like
have the cool patrol going around?
no, it's like you got to have the right street cred, which apparently was like, it was also like your coolness factor was also like a something you had in the original tabletop game Cyberpunk 2022 or 2020, something like that. Yeah, it was and so they're bringing it into the game.
I always wanted to run like a Cyberpunk or like a Cyberpunk or a Shadowrun campaign, but like they're
Love Shadowrun.
crazy. They're crazy to set up, like,
Yeah.
and also like the modern setting tabletop games are really weird because like you have to like of all the things like the things you have to worry about like when you roll for certain things are really strange. Like you roll like to roll to see if something hits, like you have to take into account like your like if you're firing on a weapon and you fire it automatically, you have to take into account recoil and stuff like that, and so it like your accuracy and stuff like that suffers from it. It's a bunch of like really weird like mathy stuff that you got to go into for it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just pissed that they showed gameplay, but to people that were at E3,
They showed
I'm
it
mad
like,
about it.
behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I'm fucking mad about it. Like, just show us the game.
A lot of
Jesus
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
See, I'm, because I love the series, I haven't got to play the newest one, Doom Eternal.
Ooh, yeah. Doom Eternal.
Mario, you really liked the 2016 Doom, didn't you?
Oh, fuck. I love Doom. I love the
Yeah.
new Doom.
Yeah, like I figured you would have let off with that one.
Oh, well, I mean, like, if they hadn't have showed Cyberpunk 2077 and Halo and a bunch of other games, yeah, I probably would have let off with Doom. A literal, like, current generation version of Doom 2. Hell
Yeah,
on Earth.
that's literally what it's gonna be.
And it's crazy. It's like, I mean, fucking, the main antagonist, fucking robot mix shitface. I can't remember. I think it was like Samuel Hayden, something like "I'm Sam Hayden," something super bad, super cringy. He at the ending of the first game. Oh, spoiler alert! Who gives a shit? You save the day, Doom guy. You close all the portals, but then Samuel Hayden's like, "Yeah, no, I hate you, and I'm gonna send you back to hell, and I'm gonna take this the Crucible, which is the thing you use to destroy all the portals or whatever, and I'm gonna use it to source energy and shit for the future." Literally learning nothing from all the hell that happened on the Mars station. Of course, the current setting would always lead to hell coming from Mars to Earth, and they showed was like literal hellscape of like cities and like worms and evil like just disgusting like corpses on pikes and just like skeletons and a hellscaping like fire and buildings collapsing with giant like tentacles and caterpillar like things going through it, just
Sounds
flames.
peaceful.
Yeah, beautiful. Such a wonderful place. I can't wait to see the Baskin Robbins they got there.
Yeah, nice.
They got all the flavors.
On skipping ahead, because it's kind of a similar. Like I saw something kind of similar in it, but like Gears 5, like the trailer for Gears 5 was just like fucking crazy to me.
I haven't played Gears 4. That's why I'm down.
Yeah, I need to play Gears 4.
I need to finish. I need to play through Gears 4. If Mario, if you want to play through Gears 4, I can. I would love to go through it with somebody.
I just need to finish downloading it on my Xbox because it's like 1,000 gigs, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's 90 something gigs or some shit. Like it's fucking huge.
I don't know why it's so big.
Because it looks good. It looks really good from what I've seen. Anyway, but Gears 5, like all I really want to say about it was there was this big thing with like this huge arm thing, and they had a fucking club with like spikes on it running through and just smacking people like it was the fucking butcher's sword, or the cleaver. I thought that was really cool. But other than that, like I need to play through Gears 4 to really see if I'm going to be super interested in Gears 5, but probably. I've enjoyed the games up to this point, so. Okay, jumping back, Chaos, I know something you want to talk about.
Are you talking about which one? Because there's two ones. The one that we know a little more about, the one that we barely know anything about.
The one that...
Barely.
The one that...
Barely right now.
Yeah, barely.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Look, they said it was... Everybody said they weren't going to announce it because they already had a Fallout in the works, and...
But
I woke up in...
Todd Howard.
They announced it. They didn't tell us anything else about it. All we have is the zooming shot of the landscape, and that's it. There are multiple places that it could take place. Nope, it's just Fallout. Or not, yeah, Fallout 6.
It's
Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6. That's all we know.
I mean, they jumped the shark on the Fallout naming system anyway, so...
Yeah.
This isn't the main Fallout game.
I know that. I know that.
Well,
that was... Shut up, John.
But before we get to that, then the smaller thing, only because it's mobile, it also has a VR version of it. It's Elder Scrolls Blaze.
Yeah.
That, if it wasn't
It
mobile,
sounded cool, but yeah.
yes, it sounds amazing. But if it wasn't mobile, now after that is Elder Scrolls Online. The big thing that they were talking about was the new recent add-on that's going to be coming out for it, which just slipped my mind.
Did it just come out? Fucking...
It isn't Somerset,
yeah,
is
Somerset.
it? Yeah.
Somerset, yeah.
Somerset. But the one I am looking forward to the most is not the next one, but the one after it. Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians.
Ooh.
It is not a dungeon one, it is a story add-on.
That's good.
That's your main player class when you...
I always play Argonians.
Yeah.
My first playthrough in any Elder Scrolls that allows me to play Argonians, I am an Argonian.
Yeah.
Because, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yes. Exactly.
I'm really looking forward to it because we've got some lore, but we don't have a lot of lore on Black Marsh.
And so you're hoping it'll
I'm
elucidate
hoping
some.
to get a lot more lore.
Yeah.
But speaking of Bethesda, Fallout 76.
Dude, it looks so good. Everything they said, I'm like on board.
It looks a lot better than everyone was expecting.
I'm conflicted.
I'm excited for it.
I want it
Because-
now.
I'm conflicted because here's the thing. I like Fallout. I do. I like the idea of a multiplayer based Fallout. I was watching a documentary last night. I only got halfway, but it was by NoClip, and they were talking about how they had to completely reimagine how a Fallout game worked just because of the fact of multiplayer. Like even their coding, like they had to like their game was based on like one player or whatever. Like the player needs this, or the player gets the quest, or the player it had to change it to a player. A player gets the quest. A player gets this. A player accepts this. But so it ended up like changing a lot of the code and how that happened, and it was a complete overhaul. Like to the point where like whenever they'd start open a game, like they had this guy, which was the one player they had to use, and they named him Atlas because Atlas was holding up the world. And if you tried to remove Atlas from the world, it would crash.
Oh jeez.
So like he was this one player that was just super jacked. They just made the player character super beefy and they named him Atlas. And they tried to figure out how to remove him from the game without the game crashing. And it's super cool. I like that. But like it also changes how a Fallout game plays. They don't want to have if you're going in and it's all multiplayer and you hear gunshots over like the ridge over there, like is that NPCs fighting or is that a player? And so, like, this is the first time where it's just meeting players, which is weird. And I get it because of the fact that, like, this is the first time 25 years after the bombs have dropped, and there aren't going to really... You are the civilizations. Like, you are the people that are going to spread out and create, the settlements, like Diamond City and Rivet City and Megaton and fucking all the places in the Mojave Wasteland.
Well, that's what Vault 76 was for, was to recreate
repopulate
civilization.
Yeah.
Repopulate the world.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a cool idea, but it seems so weird that like for the first time in a Fallout game's history, you're not going to run into settlements. You're not going to because you are the settlements.
Yeah.
It's very strange, and I'm not sure if they've already explained it, but like I know you go to the Overseer to get quests, but is this like a single player?
Be the Overseer. Said it was always online, so
Yes, there is always online. You can play it single player. I don't know exactly how that will work.
Is
Don't
there
know
going to
if
be a
it's-
storyline that you can play? through?
I don't know.
it's gonna. I don't think there's gonna be like
I don't think there's gonna be
there might be
overarching-
like
Well, there may be an overarching, but not like
like
one
an
that.
end per se. There's no like
yeah.
end goal.
Yeah. They like the
Mhm.
Institute took my baby. It's not gonna have something like that.
Sure.
I gotta hunt.
Just
I gotta
walk.
hunt down. Also,
I gotta
Raiders-
find my dad.
raiders are not a thing in this game because raiders apparently didn't happen until way late in the lore. So they kind of like changed that. So now it's these somewhat intelligent feral ghouls that can use guns. I think they're like scabbers or something like that, or ravagers.
Yeah, it takes place before normal humans got out. It's gonna be the ghouls before they were fully ghoulified, because it's just not long. Well, I say not long, but it's been long enough after the bombs dropped and everything to mutate the shit out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually why they
Fighter,
said,
they're gonna be monsters.
yeah, that's what they said. Actually, because like the fact that like the bomb dropped 25 years ago, or the bombs dropped 25 years, that you'll see a bunch of like really strange and weird creatures that are like, oh well, they mutated, but like, why don't I see them in Fallout 3 and 4 and 1 and 2?
Yeah,
And like, it's like, oh well, maybe those mutations weren't really good and they died off.
Yeah.
Like at
there's
the time.
there's also
It's
where
Darwinism.
It's going to be bringing up also like the how do I want to say it? Not the lore of the area, but like the
Mythos or like
the mythos of the creatures
West
around the
Virginia.
area.
Yeah, West
Like
Virginia.
there's not the Greys, I forget the name of it. There's like the skinny alien looking thing. That's one of the myths areas. And there's also the big one that not a lot of people pay attention to, Mothman.
Yeah, I saw Mothman.
Oh yeah.
Mothman.
Saw that creepy looking bug-eyed.
everybody knows about Mothman.
I saw a video, or I saw a picture, and it was like me trying to do this quest, and my friends are all fighting fucking Mothman.
Yeah, the mythos of Mothman is whenever he is seen, that means there's going to be a large disaster in that area.
Yes.
Like bridge collapsing, buildings collapsing, mines suddenly exploding because all the dynamite goes off. But Fallout 76, you can play with up to 4 people. Like they say, you won't see a server list. Like you'll load in, you'll just be in the game. There won't be thousands, there won't be hundreds, there will be dozens of players in your session.
So it's not
You
going to
can-
be too crammed, but like.
No,
It's
it'll-
gonna be like pretty sparse.
it will feel like a vault had just opened and the people of the vault have gone out. That will be exactly what it feels like.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you'll see some people, but like you're not gonna. It's like most of those people in the vault, like the couple hundred, probably went even further out.
Yeah, you can team up with up to 3 other people to have a 4-man group, which will be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
There's base building, kind of, quote unquote base building. You pick up a thing before you leave the vault, which you can put down and then allows you to build stuff in that area. You can place it anywhere. Like, get on top of a building, there you go. You can start building a small base up there or whatnot.
Yeah.
The big thing is go to specific areas. It's kind of like a raid thing. You go to specific areas, kill off a bunch of creatures to kill off the big bad of the area to get part of a code. Then after you get all the pieces of the code, you go to one of the many missile sites to launch a nuke to a specified area.
Yep. I
You can
heard
launch
about
bombs
the
at other people's settlements.
Yeah, I heard about the nuking thing.
That sounds amazing, but scary as hell at the
Yeah.
same time.
I wonder how your frame rate's gonna fucking be if you're playing on the console. Because like I know that they. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be on a game like that. It is best for PC, but for people like me who has a crappy laptop, I can't do many PC games. So I'm very excited it is coming to console because I'll be able to play it.
Yeah.
It hopefully won't be that bad. But
Figure it
seeing
out.
how some of Bethesda's games single player, how they lag at times, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna test it, so hopefully
Yeah.
the
Oh
console
yeah, there
beta.
is the beta, which I forgot my Bethesda login shit.
Or stuff.
As
I
much as
gotta-
as much as you play like Bethesda games, I feel like you'd have that memorized.
Well, the only reason why I have the Bethesda, well, I first got my Bethesda account because, actually no, I didn't even need to make one when I got Oblivion on the PC. I didn't need to make one getting mods either. Wow. The only time I had to make one was because to get the mods on Xbox. And then once I put it in once, it automatically saved it, and I'm just,
You fucked. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'll remember it at some point. But,
Yeah.
it's... yeah, there's no story. Also, we probably need to jump off this so we're not.
Yeah,
staying
I wasn't gonna try to
Is there
rush you too
anything
much.
else? Like that was like one of the big things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I
That
can
was
think
one
of
of
at
the
least two
big
others.
things.
Well,
Is there any other like small things we want to talk about? Because there's one big thing that I want to jump into, and there's one other big thing that I'll let Garth take care of.
there's three things that I see that we should probably just bring up. Jump Force, anime fighting game that has Goku,
Three's,
Naruto. I think Luffy was in
yes.
the.
Oh, wait.
and like,
Sorry,
oh
sorry,
boy,
sorry.
Light Yagami.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah,
hold on. What, Mario?
Well, hold on. No, keep talking about Jump Force. What was it about?
Jump Force. That's as much as we know.
Yeah, it's an anime
apparently-
fighting game, and they've showed characters and they've showed the supers for the characters.
Apparently, the quote-unquote story that they gave us in the trailer is there are other dimensions that aren't supposed to collide, but they somehow have, and they end up in our world, and apparently a version of New York City.
Yeah.
With Luffy fucking Spider-Manning it around.
I'm gonna segue from that to something I'm pretty sure Chaos wants to talk about. What is I don't even know the Naruto to Boruto thing.
Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers.
Okay,
That is... Okay.
before you say it, I'm gonna tell you what that name sounds like to me, and you're gonna tell me if I'm right, okay?
Okay.
That sounds like a Naruto soccer game.
Nope.
Garth,
What?
Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
is the stream still going strong?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Sure. I don't know, because I'm on Twitch right now and it's saying it's like, was live an hour ago.
Why did? Okay.
What?
It's still live for me.
Yeah, it's live for me,
There you go.
Oh,
Anyways.
I'm dumb. Hold on.
and I haven't dropped frames either. So
There we go. My bad. Just making sure. Hold on. I wanted to do something for Jump Force. Honestly, here it is. Yeah, there you go. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, from what they've shown for Jump Force, it doesn't seem that exciting. But anyway, Garth, you were nowhere near
Yeah,
close.
it's the game.
Shinobi Strikers just sounds like a soccer game to me. I don't know.
Kind of
why.
does. Naruto to Boruto is a 4v4 battle game.
I'm sorry, John.
4v4 arena battle game. It seems very interesting from the single trailer I've seen from it. It has Team 7, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura in the Shippuden forms going against a bunch of the Akatsuki members and all that. I keep pronouncing that name wrong.
Akatsuki.
Akatsuki, whatever. 4v4. So, and it's not one person controlling, it is 4 people controlling, or 1 person controlling each ninja. So, it's literally an 8-player game.
Okay. I was just gonna mention this because I saw the trailer for it and I thought I haven't played the original, but like I always wanted to. Last of Us Part 2.
Yes.
That sounds pretty good.
The trailer for it, very bloody,
Mm,
and not a lot of zombies. Like, actually, no zombies. There were no zombies shown at all.
You mentioned Assassin's Creed. That was kind of a big announcement. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be like Greek. Sounds interesting. Looks like
Yeah.
from what I've seen, like some of the places that you go and stuff like that look really interesting. I think it's
You can actually choose who you play as. There's a male and a female you can play as. And there's like they added romances to the game. You can romance people, and it doesn't matter who you play as. You can romance whoever you want. So that's
Oh, I just
very
realized
progressive
I
of
didn't put on the
Ubisoft.
list.
And the last thing that I was really excited for was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, which is the new it's the new game that's coming from Software. For people who don't know,
okay.
From Software is the makers of the Dark Souls series, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne. It's very much like I've already seen like an entire analysis of like the trailer for it and stuff like that. Like it seems really interesting. It's set in Japan, and you're trying to get back like this young lord thing, and you have like a robotic almost arm kind of thing, but it's like a grappling hook, and it has like different attachments and stuff. It's really cool. It looks really, really cool. It looks really interesting, and From Software is very good at starting new IPs, and their new IPs always start off really, really strong, and then their sequels kind of drag them down.
Yeah.
Like the original Dark Souls was like is most people's favorite game in that series. Bloodborne, fantastic. Demon Souls, Dark Souls borrowed a lot from Demon Souls, but the things that like Demon Souls did was very good. So a lot of people are saying that this is probably going to be like really interesting, and like they're curious to see what the mechanics of it are. It looks a lot more vertical than other like Dark Souls games and like Souls games in general. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. I don't think they've given in much. They haven't really given much information or showed any gameplay yet. But
yeah. I know of one other game I want to bring up.
Hmm?
We've got nothing else besides the name, kind of like Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh yeah, the new
By
Bethesda
Bethesda.
IP. Yes.
Starfield.
hmm.
Apparently, it's supposed to be.
I want to know more about it.
It's apparently supposed to be like Fallout and Skyrim, but sci-fi.
Fucking love sci-fi, and I
It's
like.
supposed to be a sci-fi
I like
RPG,
Fallout.
which sounds glorious.
I want to know more about that because that sounds like that would be my absolute Jimmy Jam.
That
I would
sounds
fucking-
like that sounds like the corner of where John is. Like,
I mean, that like I honestly like I saw like the thing and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
so
That one I want to know more about. Absolutely, I can't wait to see what they. for
Oh, one that's not on the list, but we didn't mention, we haven't mentioned yet, but I'm gonna bring it up anyways. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, bringing
Oh
back
yeah,
all of the characters,
everybody
every character,
back. Cloud back.
except for I need,
No Waluigi.
we need
No
Waluigi,
We
like
need Waluigi.
we need Waluigi,
Daisy and Ridley
we need Waluigi.
Fucking Ridley.
That's gonna be interesting.
finally did it. The absolute madman.
They've been
Only
talking
because
about
everyone
it.
kept asking for it.
They've been well.
That's the
No, he was originally supposed to be in, I can't remember if it was Melee or Brawl, but they cut him very, very like late. I want to say it was later in development.
Because he's overpowered.
I'm not sure. I think it was Brawl because they just turned him from being a normal character into a boss enemy in the Subspace Emissary. I want to say that's what happened, but I'm not sure.
No, he is.
Ice
overpowered
climbers?
in general.
Back.
Yeah. One of my friends, I've talked about this before, but he's a competitive Smash Bros. Player, and when they announced Little Mac, I thought he was gonna cry.
He's back.
Cause he's a Little Mac main, like
Oh,
Mac.
okay.
yeah, like I thought he was gonna fucking cry, like Jesus Christ, like everyone back, Big Luma back. Back. I can get drunk and do that shit again. It's gonna be
We
great.
need to do that.
Oh my god. I can't find my Smash for
Oh, that's
3DS.
He said. Alright, so
Uh,
Smash now. Anything else?
We didn't mention. I'm gonna mention one very quickly, because Wolfenstein, the newest one that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Did they announce
Apparently, we're playing as
with the two twin daughters. or
Yeah,
whatever.
like
as
his kids.
twin daughters.
Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, I did hear about this. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember now.
Also,
Okay.
apparently they're porting Wolfenstein 2 to Switch.
They're porting a lot of things to Switch.
Yeah. Which a friend of
Gonna
mine
be
was
on
like, "Why
Switch.
would they do that? It's gonna look terrible." And I'm like, "It's probably not gonna be that bad. It's probably gonna be like 720." And he's like, "Yeah, but I mean, going from playing that on PC to playing that on Switch, I was like, most of the people that are gonna play it on Switch probably don't own a PC
Yeah. Or, yeah, they just play fucking Switch.
or care.
So
Like, so
They don't give a shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're playing the fucking Switch.
yeah, usually. So, also, it was like we haven't mentioned it, but the Pokemon Let's Go with Pikachu and Eevee. I just want an Eevee that'll follow me around forever. That's all I care
It's
about.
on your head. Well, it can sit on your head or your shoulder or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you can,
I have a fucking Eevee on my desk, okay, and an Eevee behind me.
you can dress up the EV.
Also, Chaos has an Eevee tattoo, so
I've got an Eevee tattoo. I got the Build-A-Bear Workshops Eevee. I've got an Eevee backpack. I've got Eevee.
I have the
pins,
same Eevee backpack.
stickers,
Fuck
because we bought it
Pikachu.
at the same time.
Fuck Pikachu, dude.
Pichu.
Don't
fuck Pikachu.
Smash.
don't fuck Pikachu.
Pichu there.
Don't
But you can play as him if you want in
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah,
'cause
don't
he's
fuck
back.
Pikachu. Anyway, of course he's back.
No,
Okay,
Pichu and Pikachu.
moving on.
And
Moving
Pokemon
on because I know that John wants to talk about it. John, you go. Go ahead.
The new Destiny expansion. It's big.
It's
Fucking.
big, it's
They
bad,
announced a
it's
lot of
sad,
stuff
I'm
before
mad.
E3. They
What?
like at E3
In a sec.
presumably for the expansion.
Chaos. I know what you're talking about. It's. Oh, we'll show you a second
Yeah.
what he's talking about. Chaos. But,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's
Well-
Forsaken. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And what did they do?
Bots. Bringing back random roles. That's something you want. New
Yeah. Yeah,
classes.
I know they're bringing back a lot of things.
Yeah. You can get a compound bow.
I've never
your
been
guardian
particularly fond.
shoot.
There's a close, medium, and a long-range bow, or there
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
Fucking new game mode that I'm super hype about, Gambit. It's a fucking PvE PvP hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Which looks amazing.
Basically, it takes the best part of Grief from Black Ops 2 and the best parts of Warzone from Halo 5
Halo.
and just mashes them together to something that's infinitely better than either one of those game types ever was.
They're, in this expansion, they're giving us like so much stuff, but what are they taking away from us, John? What are they taking away?
You get to take all your guns with you.
Yeah, but what are they taking from us? They're taking one thing. And I'm kind of mad about it.
Super sad about Cade. I'm sad about Cade.
Do we have to talk about it?
We have to talk about it.
We'll mention it.
Uh,
Well, let's not get into it because it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
New supers, which are apparently going to be like additional subclass trees. I think that was confirmed by one of
Yes.
the people who went to the summit. The new Void Hunter is fucking sick. Like, I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it. Like, if you liked Blade Dancer from D1, it's a lot like that. You get like these dual fucking knives and you switch
remember
around.
that? So what you're saying is that I'm gonna play the
You're gonna be playing
subclass.
Void Hunter for the rest of your Destiny career. Guys. That's all you're gonna be playing.
Part.
Is Void Hunter.
The new fucking Solar Warlock is a full-on support. Like, you slam the sword into the ground, and it makes this big rift that gives everyone overshields and gives it like a 30% damage buff for as long as the rift is up.
That's awesome.
A straight
That's-
support super.
That's pretty badass.
I can't wait to see that in raids, dude.
Yeah, imagine if it stacks with Empowering Rift. Oh my god.
Fuck.
Imagine that empowering rift and bow. Like,
Dude, that's really
Oh my god, Warlocks. It's a good day. It's a good day to be a Warlock.
well, it's a
I'm
good
glad I'm
thing
a
too
warlock.
because we have 17 of them in our fucking
You
clan.
also, you also get that fucking like hyper beam attack. Apparently.
I want to see more about that. That's obviously for Arc. Like that fucking Kamehameha arc. It's gonna be good. Man, big ass fucking solar hammer and the fucking Superman shit for the Arc Titan. Fucking, there's a lot of like more about all the supers. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
When is Forsaken supposed to be coming out? It's September, right? Something like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
You can't handle it.
He can't handle it.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out.
Yo, Gordy,
Like,
welcome to the chat.
There's
And, okay.
they're changing up how some of the weapons are.
Shader deletion.
I am most excited about that. You know, being someone who constantly
Yeah, oh
has
my God.
fucking full shaders.
Chaos is just like, fucking, I don't care about subclass.
I don't
This,
care about weapons. I don't care
that,
about subclasses,
I just
don't
want to
care
get
about
rid of my shaders. Like,
I
Give me the
spent
damn room.
2 hours one day deleting shaders.
I was
because
with you in the party.
Yes,
I was
you're
with
like
you
more
in the
than
party
doubling
one
the
time when
ball
you were just
space as
deleting
well.
shaders. It was fucking,
It took forever.
yeah. I know.
They're like giving us a shit ton more vault space. It's a lot of other quality of life changes, like the book to keep track of stuff and like all your customizables, lore.
Yeah.
Coming to game.
Ah, my god!
In-game
Lore
lore.
I'm so happy.
It's gonna
The
be-
fucking lore. Yes, there's gonna be a thing for lore in the fucking game, like in the what the fuck it is that they're giving us. To keep track of everything.
We've been asking for that for how long?
4 years.
They're making it happen.
4
I'm
years?
so
Years.
I can't wait to see how it works.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how good it is. I hope. Anything's better than what we have now. So
Yeah.
I'm just
What we have
happy.
now is nothing, so...
are item
have-
descriptions that we can't. We have no way of keeping track of.
Yeah.
What we have now is item descriptions we can't keep track of, and
Mm-hmm.
scannables that if we want to hear that lore again, we got to go back to them
Yeah.
and try
The
to
way
remember
the
where
scannable
it
was.
Yeah. Like... So pretty
It's
much
in
nothing.
game, but it's shit.
Yeah.
Like...
Anything that even like slightly organizes that and puts it in one space, I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
Well, because one of my favorite things personally about Destiny is I actually really enjoy the lore for it because I'm a very story oriented person when it comes to gaming.
The Grimoire was
very
great. All they had to do was put it in the game,
Yeah,
and then they
like
just didn't do that, and everyone was like,
why
what
you
the
know
fuck?
do this?
"It looks like towards doing that." I don't know if that's full on exactly what's happening. I hope that's what's happening, but like either way, we have now. So I'm just happy that we're
Fuck
doing-
Mario, I
we're doing
forgot you
something.
had that you had my you were a sub to me.
Yeah, I resubbed again.
So I saw the super frown and I'm like
I didn't do that.
I was like, I forgot about that and Vivi isn't here.
yeah, I had my free sub came up again, so I dropped it on you then.
Thanks, buddy.
No
It's
problem.
appreciated.
Absolutely, don't worry about it.
I'll buy a beer. Anyway.
I don't drink, but okay.
So,
Yes, you do.
Shut up.
I don't drink. Yes, you do.
It's for the kids. They don't.
Anyway, sorry, I completely tangented there,
We're good at doing that.
John.
Not sure if I have anything else.
Mm.
I can't think of.
Cage
They talk a
Dad!
lot about-
That's the thing. So, new trailer, and new trailer, and fucking
Prince Uldren, is that the word you're coming up with?
Oh god.
I
I don't want to talk about it. That's my Vanguard, man.
That's
I
funny.
think
because,
everyone loves Skate 6.
They had to. Honestly, they had to do it. But you know what's funny?
No, I had to do it to him.
This isn't the only time Uldren has had somebody at gunpoint. If you remember from the original 2013 E3 Destiny trailer, for the original story of Destiny, your playable character is walking through the Cosmodrome, and he's being held at gunpoint by what looks to be like Uldren, but with like a robot voice. He's like, "Why don't we put that thing down and talk?" And he's like, "Out here in the wild, this is how we talk." And he's got a gun to your face. He's got a hand cannon to your face. It's
Sounds like Uldren.
Uh,
Well, he's always
We
been a
should-
prick.
I guess we should bring.
Well, I mean, like in the
Look
original
back to
story
it.
of Destiny,
Yeah.
he didn't look like a bad guy. He just looked like he was like, just try like from what that glimpse was like he was just trying to protect himself. But like in Destiny's current storyline, yeah, he was always a douchebag. I mean, like he sent you on a mission to go get the eye of the Gate Lord, and he was like they were like, so how do you intend on us finding a Gate Lord? Like, oh, I don't intend on you finding it. I intend on you getting killed by it. You ain't gonna get that thing. And it's just
So,
like,
We did it anyway. And we were like, how funny.
is it bad that for some reason whenever we bring up what happens with Cade 6, only one thing comes to my mind? Click, click, boom.
But, like, yeah, that was like the big thing in the trailer. I think
God,
pretty
he
much
got
covered
fucked up in that
everything.
trailer.
hmm.
for Cade.
So is that
But,
is that
yeah, I
everything?
covered all like the big changes that are coming.
Is that everything that
Reef, there's new story stuff. There's gonna be a new raid. It's
Mm.
all everything looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, the new areas look cool.
Well, I mean,
It's-
we knew new story stuff, new raid because
They announced like a annual pass thing for like all of the other stuff that's coming after Forsaken. So like we're getting more content after that. To talk about other than that it exists. I think that's pretty much it as far as Destiny's concerned.
all right. So moving on from that, I think we've mentioned pretty much everything else that we want to talk about in that Gordy said to mention
Who wants to talk about
Metro Exodus.
Exodus.
Haven't played the games. I have both of them. I need to play them. I've heard really good things about it. But, yeah.
I
but I never
have a
played them.
chance of getting the original Metro books, so that's about it for me on Metro.
Yeah, and to wrap up the E3 gaming news, fucking Kingdom Hearts 3. I have been waiting.
The chat. Aqua got ordered.
I
that's not English.
I have been waiting on this game for 13 years. 13 years I've been waiting on this, and I finally have a release date for it. It's 2019, and a bunch of people are really pissed off because they're like, oh my god, I can't believe they delayed it again. Guys, we actually got a release date this time. Like, there's no vagueness.
Like
There's a
full-on
set,
release date.
set release date. If they
So,
fuck it up and delay it after this,
2018.
we're gonna fucking riot in the streets. Okay, so just gonna break
But I
down
think
some.
it's up for pre-order now, so
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah.
order-
Just to say my piece on it. I've seen both trailers. I'm like a lot of people. We kind of already knew this. Frozen, Ariandel is coming in. The story with Ariandel actually doesn't look like it's going to be that bad.
I mean, Arendelle?
Aaron, whatever,
Ariandale?
Can you say Frozen?
fucking
It's
Frozen.
Ariandale, dude.
But moving they've already they've showed off several of the they've showed off some
Ian's back.
little things, and it's crazy because there's characters that are supposed to be dead that aren't dead that are back, like Larxene and all them.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
Actually,
any
I'm
sense.
gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna pay attention to what you guys are saying because I'm still playing through 2.
That's not a 2 thing. That's a Chain of
And I've
Memories
already-
thing.
well, I'm going to be playing through those anyway, so
Yeah,
I'm
well,
I'm
have
gonna-
fun with Chain of Memories. I fucking hate that game.
I'll just probably watch a synopsis online.
Yeah,
I'll just
well,
listen-
it's probably better. It's probably
Some of them, it's better to do that way.
yeah, like Recoded. It's better to just watch
Oh.
it because going through that
Recoded
game-
is like doesn't really matter.
yeah, it doesn't
No.
it has no bearing on anything in the entire series.
It's
Like,
like-
it doesn't
But
matter.
it exists.
But
Memories is sort of important, but not that important.
they've
Big
announced
side games are like Birth by Sleep, 358/2 Days, and Dream Drop Distance. You play those. That's
Speaking of which, this is something that I didn't mention earlier because I've been waiting for this. I've been playing Dream Drop Distance, and it's not just that I've been playing Dream Drop Distance, it's that Monday, I think it was Monday, it was either Monday or Sunday, when they announced, no, it's Sunday because Monday I just went to sleep when I got home. But when they announced the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, I started playing Dream Drop Distance again because it's the only game in the series I haven't beaten yet. And I was on the second world when I started. Before the podcast started, like at 6:30 when I got on, I had to stop myself from going into the final boss battle for it. That's how much, like, I think I had 2 hours. I'm at 19 hours at this point. Over the past, 3 days. I have, I have been no-lifing the shit out of it. Like, for real. And, to say, it's not as bad as I originally thought it was going to be. There's some interesting stuff. It's just, there's a lot of little things in it, in Dream Drop Distance, that are kind of irk me. But there's some things that are really good too. When you have, because you play the game split between Riku and Sora, so when you play through, the commands that you have with each character carry over. You have separate command slots and stuff like that, and you can equip different things on different characters, but you have those commands. If you buy Curaga on Sora, you can equip it on Riku, and it has no bearing on whether that'll, certain abilities are character specific, but for the most part it's not, that's not a problem. You can just be oh, I have Cure now, and put it on both characters. But I'm so excited I don't even know what to say. It's one thing, for the second trailer that they showed at the Sony conference, because the first trailer was actually at the Microsoft conference, which a lot of people were really freaking out about, and I was like, well, it's coming to Xbox One, so but for the Sony conference, they showed it was Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, and they had a bunch of interesting stuff. And the last
Place now, Sora looks the part.
the fucking last shot,
Dress them up as pirates.
one of the last shots for the fucking trailer is Kairi and Axel, and I'm like, oh my god! Ah!
Being Axel.
Ah!
Kyrie looks nice.
Kairi does look very nice in this game. But the fact that you're having this interaction between Kairi and Axel, because that's just, I'm like, I'm having a full fucking fit when I'm when I was watching it. I was like, yes. Anyway, but also, and I got to do it for Vivi. Aqua got Norded, and Vivi had a fucking heart attack. She was so upset about it that she literally invited me to a party just to talk about it.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. But it's also a huge, it's a huge deal for her in general because it's her favorite character. It's when I figured out that things that were happening with Axel trying to keep spoilers away from Mario, when I figured out certain things were happening with Axel or Lee, I, freaked the fuck out about it too. So at this point, I understand. I really do. But yeah, is there anything else we need to go over before we move on from
Wants
gaming?
to talk
news
about
and
something.
Yes. The
Sorry.
video I sent to the Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
My friend Pedro.
That's I saw a little bit of that in Donkey's video, and it's apparently like a side-scrolling shooter, but like it gets fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Side-scrolling shooter. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you're basically doing ballet.
Yeah, the trailer for it seems like it's gonna be fucking ridiculous. But then again, it's Devolver Digital, who
Yes.
Devolver Digital is fucking ridiculous.
Who this year had the lady from last year get shot up by the guy who had his hand cut off in the computer that ate money last year. Also, they bring her back to life fucking, in the conference, like, pre-recorded shit. They bring her back to life, RoboCop style. So they're already putting us on a cliffhanger for next year's E3.
But also, like, their announcement of the what was it? Loot box? What?
Loot box coin.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's doing real quick.
The funniest thing to me about that was like when she was talking about it, she goes, is it this? Is it that? Is it considered gambling by the US government? Do I fucking care? No.
It is currently unavailable. Last price I saw, the loot box coin was about $143.
Yeah.
The info on it is the officially unofficial loot box coin from Devolver Digital, as seen in the Devolver Digital 2018 E3 press conference. Please note this coin is 2.5 inches in diameter and has no actual value, and by no means is to be considered cryptocurrency or a currency of any kind. You can't buy anything with it. In fact, it's insane that you'd really buy it unless you want to prove your loyalty to Fork Parker, Nina Struthers, and the Devolver Digital Executive Board. Yeah. Yeah.
They're so fucking ridiculous, I swear.
I love Devolver Digital.
So moving on from gaming news, because we spent a very long time on it, but we had a lot to talk about. Do it?
How long have we been going?
An hour 17 minutes. So we're
Started
gonna
earlier than
yeah.
that. Anyway,
But moving on from that, so what's everybody been watching besides like E3 and recaps and shit like that?
That's a tough one, actually. I don't really.
I
what's
know what I've
episode
been watching.
Super or the English? And there was Vegito Blue versus Zamasu, and that was actually a really cool fight. That was one of the best animated fights, I think. That was fucking dope. And then fucking Trunks. It was badass. That was one of the best episodes of Super I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I have been rewatching all of No Reservation, the Anthony Bourdain show.
Oh yeah. Rip
Bourdain.
Anthony
Sad.
Bourdain.
No Reservation,
It's
Parts
really
Unknown. He was one of the greater. He was one of the greats when it came to food and travel.
Yeah, just like travel kind of stuff. I don't know. I also really like Andrew Zimmer, the guy that does Bizarre Foods
Yes.
as well. I figured you would probably like that show
Oh yeah.
because it's just weird shit. Some of it he'll talk about it, and I'm like, you know what? I never thought about eating like octopus brains, but fucking You know what? Now I might try it.
Yeah. Andrew Zimmer from
Cow brains.
Bizarre
So funny.
Foods. Uh,
I've had pig brains. They're weird.
oh, Scrabble.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been watching almost anything with Anthony Bourdain in it
Yeah.
because I used to binge watch Food Network and Travel Channel a lot.
My stepdad watches a lot of like Food Network and stuff like that. Like he'll. That's why like he'll watch a lot of like Andrew Zimmer kind of stuff and stuff like that. And I'll sit down and watch it sometimes. He has, you know. But yeah.
That's about all I've been watching.
Yeah, I don't watch much TV nowadays. I should actually start catching up with Ruby soon, probably tomorrow.
But
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched any of the newest season. Because the final thing that I saw of Ruby,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert if anybody is when fuck, it's been so long I can't even remember his name. A Crow.
Yeah.
When Crow comes in, walks in super wasted, and is like, "Yo, dude, I found him. It's the boy."
Yeah.
And then he just crashes on the bed. That's the last thing I saw of Ruby, and I went because I had after that I just went like on a complete I just went a complete like off the grid on stuff, and then I need to watch My Hero Macadamia Nut season 3. I haven't seen any of that.
Delicious.
Speaking of which, I'm currently I'm watching My Hero Academia. I'm finishing up season 2 right now.
I need to finish season 1.
Fuck, so good.
I don't know. I feel like season 2 ends on such a kind of a blech. I mean, I'm not gonna see how it does, but like, it just to me it just feels like season 2.
From what like it started really strong, and that's the thing that I liked about it. But like I can see how like I've kind of slowed down in the like I was watching like 2-3 episodes a day when I first started back watching it. And now it's like I've kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it's not as like I'm invested in it, but I'm not as invested in it because what I know what's going to happen is just going to lead into season 3, which started already, but you know, I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested in it, but like I don't know, I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Trying to think if there's anything else I've watched lately. I've been watching a lot of like Achievement Hunter videos, like I said earlier, and Vadividya. That's about it. He's the guy that I was talking about did an in-depth analysis of like the Shadows Die Twice trailer.
Oh, yeah.
He did when the first like teaser came out back forever ago. It was like a 17-second clip.
Wow.
He did a like 10-minute video where he was talking about it because he's like this is all the stuff we can see from this already, and I'm like, okay. Most of it was actually pretty accurate, to be fair. So, anyways, is there anything else?
Not that I can think of for what we're watching.
you did that already.
Yeah, I know.
Trunks, man, fucking like that episode was so fucking hype. Like that wasn't like the end of Zamasu.
Yeah.
Where it could have happened.
I just lost my train of thought. I'm good at doing that.
Happens.
Oh. Oh, son of a bitch. Like it popped back in my
You know
head,
what I'm
and then I
talking
lost
about.
it again.
Chaos is just like,
Oh, I'm horrible today.
it's, dude, it's fine. That's me. That's me for the past like 2 weeks.
But yeah, so I know I've seen this on online. Who do you think, quote unquote, won E3?
The audience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like, to
sorry, Avi, that's not the question he's asking. Like, yeah, everybody had something that was pretty good. There's no denying that.
Yeah,
this is
like,
definitely-
I don't know.
for sure.
I think there's a very good argument for Bethesda because
Definitely say Bethesda.
they
A lot of people are just gonna say Nintendo because it's Nintendo and that's it.
well,
Well,
also it's just like,
Bethesda-
go ahead.
I was gonna say Bethesda because they announced the new Elder Scrolls and all of that because everyone's hype about that. But a lot of people
So-
lost everything they were like hype about when Smash was announced. Like,
Yeah.
fully announced.
Well,
Everyone is just like, "Hey, we've got all this Smash."
yeah, well that's
Yeah,
that's
like,
the thing.
Nintendo announced other stuff.
hmm
Everything else was just completely overshadowed by Smash.
That
Always is.
that's the
There was something
thing.
about Fire Emblem or
Mhm.
like there was a new Mario Party, I think, or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Super
All
Mario
I've-
Party.
All I've
Right?
seen is Smash, so I don't know about anything else.
Yeah,
because
there
all
was
everyone
Mario
talks about
Party
is
announced,
Smash.
I know that.
I mean, to be fair, like even us, the only other thing that we have from Nintendo is fucking Pokemon Let's Go. Like,
Not E3, I don't think. But like, Smash is Smash is Smash.
well,
Like,
that's because Smash is one of the bigger like
But everyone. Yeah, everyone plays Smash.
yeah. Well, also Smash is such a big deal when they release a new one because this is only the fifth Smash that's come out over the course of when did the first one come out? 20 years
I don't
ago,
fucking know.
something like that. Like, you know, like
Yeah, and then Nintendo, all like they could have just came out and said Smash.
Smash Brothers on the 64 came
Everyone's
out in
back.
1999.
so 19 years.
About yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, they don't. It's not like a lot of game developers. It's like that release every single year, and they're release like that when that releases, and also it has a huge implication for like esports and stuff like that. I saw a thing.
Nintendo has so many other IPs, so like it's not like they need to rely on one or two.
Oh,
things, yeah. Or they constantly release the same shit over and over.
Oh
again.
hell yeah, that's absolutely.
So like that's another reason why we just don't get a Smash.
Yeah, that's why we don't get we don't get a Pokemon every single year. We get one, every 3 years.
To
something
be
like
fair,
that.
with Pokemon is getting pretty close.
Yeah. Well, that's because they keep releasing like the extras a lot more.
They keep putting out side games and
on
remakes.
small handheld
Yeah.
consoles.
Yeah.
Well, no more main game.
But also I think the biggest thing is like it has such an implication for like esports now, because I was looking at conversations between like Evo and stuff like that, and they were like Evo, like fighting game tournament. They were talking about how there's a possibility that this could possibly be the first year, like 2019, once Smash 5, like Super or Smash Ultimate releases, there's a possibility that they could phase out Melee.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the Melee players were like, "You know how many people we bring in for you? Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, dude, calm down.
Melee.
Also, like, most of the
sorry.
most of the people
like-
that are like fucking Melee are like, "Oh, well, this one mechanic that I really like isn't in 4, so I'm not gonna fucking play it." that's how
Yeah.
like melee for me. Like
Yeah.
melee
You
characters are
can't do this one glitch or whatever the shit. It's like it's so stupid. Yeah, I saw like a joke post where it was like melee only player complains his way into the game. Like it was one of those fake Smash Mouth.
Yeah, like, but no, seriously, like that's how that they're the melee fan base. They're I'm not trying to talk for everyone, but like they can be they have a very toxic community, and the most toxic part about it is how they don't want like they're so upset when anything changes in their game they don't even want to like try to learn the other ones. And if they phase that out, like you're gonna have a lot of melee players that are like, I fucking quit, blah blah blah, and it's like, but you you were playing a fucking 15-year-old game at this point, so like no other esports is doing that, where it's like, oh, we're still catering to a
They
fucking
play an old game.
yeah, we're still catering to
When a new game comes out, it moves on to the new game.
yeah, well, with the exception
Right.
of like CS:GO, because there's still like CS:GO tournaments and stuff, and they've released new Counter-Strike games after that.
Has there been a new Counter Strike?
Yeah, Counter-Strike Nexon and Counter-Strike fucking
About those. All you hear about is CS:GO.
yeah. Well, that's
Hey,
because
CS:GO though, like is that, like the thing.
do it.
That game though, don't they still do stuff for CS:GO?
They do
besides-
still do
Yeah.
stuff for CS:GO.
That's
That's
the
why I was
thing,
saying.
though, it's still technically current. Like that's not.
Yeah, like they are still releasing patches and stuff for CS:GO. They're not playing like
It's like Melee, where like it's completely outdated.
yeah, they're not. They haven't patched Melee.
You know
They
what I'm getting
never patched Melee. Because
Or that game came out before patches were a fucking thing.
yeah, well, no, because the GameCube wasn't an online console, so they couldn't patch it. like, okay, I guess.
Well,
Well, I was just gonna do like I was just waiting for you to come back, Mario,
Yeah,
because
I have returned.
okay, so we're gonna wrap up real fast because we need to cut it off here. But
Yeah.
Uh,
We did go on for quite a while.
yeah,
To be fair.
well, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Just gonna mention it real fast. Mario, have you been working on anything?
I did a doodle recently, like last night and today.
Mm.
I've been coloring it.
Yeah,
About the death of my poor spicy boy,
right.
and I've mourned him ever since. Other than that, I'm still working on that group drawing of us, the Leviathan, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, with the map and everything.
Yeah, that one's still coming.
That one.
I also got a bunch of other stuff on the pipe. I'm actually got commissioned from one of my friends. He said he'd pay me $30 to draw some Rainbow Six Siege characters.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I'm actually really hyped about that. And then I got another friend to ask me to draw something, which is really weird. I don't think I can. Oh, it's not that weird, but it's just kind of that's weird. Okay, like that kind of weird. Like, all right, that's cool.
Is it lewd? It's lewd,
No,
isn't it?
it's not lewd at all. It's just strange. Like that's weird. Like, okay, I'll draw it, but where'd you come up with the idea for that? That kind of weird.
Yeah. I personally, like, on that same note, I've been working on I'm working on 2 videos, technically, but they're the same thing. It's a top 20 for Smite. I'm going to be doing a list on that. I've actually started footage collection for that. Haven't started any, like, commentary or anything, but I have started footage collection, so yeah. And moving on from that, I'm gonna give the album suggestion for this episode. It's 2 this time. One is, I think they're both by bands that I've mentioned before, but they're both really good albums that I've been listening to a lot lately. Misadventures by Pierce the Veil and Where the Mind Goes / Where You Let It Go by I the Mighty. They're not super heavy albums. They're pretty, not, I wouldn't say easy listening, but highlights for both Misadventures, Circles, Today I Saw the Whole World, Texas is Forever, and for Where the Mind Wants to Go, 111 Winchester, Silver Tongues, and what is the name of that song? It's like the first song on the album. But yeah, 111 Winchester, probably my favorite song off the album. It's a song talking about a haunted house, pretty much, which is pretty funny. And I just realized we didn't come up with a content creator for this.
That's all right. We kind of don't have time anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so from everyone here at the Loot Stash podcast, this has been The Chaos.
Hello.
That's not right.
Oh, well.
Spartan Paladin.
Too bad. Bye.
And Sir Double D, who I think is dead already, so where's he going?
Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about a few things starting at E3 today.
I fucking hate you. And
Number one, Garth's Lame, a new game that I developed personally for Garth.
And I have been your host, as always, Mr. Surehands. Bye, everybody. Have a good time.
Bye-bye.